Welcome. This is episode number 7. This is the last one. This is a conclusion of the research study of this fabulous research article by Stellenbosch University. I'm just leaving it here so you can read the details. In Investigate, this is the last one. This is the last episode in the series on this research paper. In Investigated Psychiatric Stigma, Egbe describes that discriminatory behavior and negative attitudes are based on society's perception of a mental health care user as diverging from the group. Normalizing mental health conditions thus could potentially lead to a decrease in stigma as confirmed by the interviewees. What they should know is that the people with mental disability or mental health issues are just as normal and are also just as much human. Now listen to what his mother is saying. What they should know is that the people with mental disability or mental health issues are just as normal and are also just as normal as a person that is perceived. We are all human beings. So it's a fabulous answer what this woman has given. So for normalizing to occur, awareness and knowledge about ADHD need to be increased. So we need to increase awareness about ADHD. We need to increase knowledge. And let's not say these people are malcop. Let's not use traumatizing words for the people. So let's see what this one parent, this is a suggestion this parent has given. He's saying people don't know. They don't have knowledge. They are not informed. They don't know. They are not aware. So people would have treated us differently if there was more information available. And I agree with that 100%. That's why we need to share knowledge. Share knowledge, people. Let's remove. The best way to remove the stigma is by sharing knowledge. They don't understand, and it will take quite some time for people to get to that stage. End of quote. The normalizing of mental health conditions was seen by interviewers as a responsibility to be shared. Responsibility, multi-party stakeholders, a lot of stakeholders. So to normalize this condition, to create awareness, we need to get parents involved, educators, government, schools, the doctors, the caregivers, and even the ordinary man and woman. So let's get the government involved and the media involved. October is ADHD Awareness Month. Interviewers also expressed the wish for enhanced societal empathy. Let's be compassionate with these people. Let's not insult people. Show empathy, which aligns with Hinshaw et al., who consider empathy enhancement as a key component of successful and long-lasting stigma reduction strategies. And I agree with that 100%. And this is what another mother has to say. Don't treat the children differently and treat them like normal kids. Just be softer on them. I agree with them. Just be softer on them and be gentle and kind with them. You mustn't just be breaking them down and stuff like that. You must pull them up. Oh, what a fabulous advice from this young mother. This is what another mother has to say. People just need to be a little sensitive in talking or dealing with a specific person. Sometimes people will say and do things that are really hurtful. Oh, I agree with that 100%. So in conclusion, ADHD is a recognized and common mental health disorder with far-reaching implications for individuals and their families. However, the disorder often acts as a barrier to accessing care, with a negative impact on the whole family's well-being and quality of life. In this study, interviewees describe their understanding of stigma in relation to ADHD as a three-phase process. Firstly, recognizing a difference in a person. Secondly, labeling that person. And thirdly, consequent de-individuation of that person. According to data collected in this study, the process resulted in different manifestations of public stigma, which result in exclusion, self-stigma, which leads to poor self-esteem, and stigma by association, which culminates in emotional hardship and isolation. Drawing on the experience with ADHD stigmatization, the interviewers expressed a need for intervention in the community on multiple levels to enhance the lives of children and families living with ADHD. I just apologize, my back is giving me serious problems today. In winter, the spine is giving. All right, let's leave that for timing. Okay, their responses made it clear that any intervention needs to be multifaceted. For example, addressing the different barriers to care, improving knowledge about ADHD. That's what we are doing today. That's my goal. Let's share, let's improve the knowledge about ADHD, and enhancing empathy. Show concern for the people. Speak words of kindness, gentleness, and empathy. And especially teachers, please use kind words and gentleness. Don't shout and don't humiliate the people. Previous studies confirm that in the absence of fundamental change in addressing both the deeply held attitudes and beliefs about ADHD and in changing the contextual circumstances, interventions targeted at only one mechanism at a time would ultimately fail. It's got to be a holistic approach. The effectiveness of narrow targeted interventions, for example, media campaign, would be undermined by contextual factors, for example, the education and health systems. So everything's got to work together. Few studies across the world have focused on either the service user's perspective on stigma and discrimination or on the behavior domain of behavioral change by people with or without mental illness in the complex process of stigmatization. This study, we're talking about this study from Stellenbosch University by Skuman. So we're talking about this study by Skuman and Vogus. This study also stresses the need for effective, comprehensive and relevant interventions not only in the community but also in the educational and health environments to decrease stigma and enhance early identification and interventions of ADHD. So thank you to both Renata Skuman and to Tony Vogus. Thank you for your fabulous journal article. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with everyone. And Mansa, please remember, October is ADHD Awareness Month. Let's remove the stigma. And if you've got ADHD in your family or if you know someone, let's show compassion, care, and love for the people. If you're a teacher, please educate yourself. Share this knowledge with everyone. Share all of these. I've got one series on 12 videos on ADHD. And this particular one, what I've did specifically just for with regard to this journal article, which is published in the South African Journal of Psychiatry, and it's an open access article, and that is why I'm sharing it with you, because the main thing about knowledge, this knowledge, we need to share it. Stay well, look after yourself, and let's look forward to October ADHD, whether it's ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, or any other COVID, post-COVID mental health issues or depression, anxiety. Our Gen Z generation is suffering. When the Gen Z generation is suffering, when our youth are suffering, when the children are suffering, then the parents are suffering, the grandparents are suffering, everyone is suffering. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.